Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Revolution Show with Ed T. I'm your host, Ed T. The show that's for and about revolution. First, I'd like to dedicate this show to the people who care. People who stand up for humanity and justice, past, present, and even the people in the future that keep the onslaughts from the inhumanity from wiping us out. Thank you all. And here we go with the revolution. Okay. All I'm really asking for you to believe is that if we want to make things better, we got to participate. But we need unity. It seems it was very clear in the minds of the men who wrote the Declaration of Independence. Very clear in their minds. Okay? That document is truth. It's that truth that united a people together to form a nation. Okay, what's the definition of a nation? A nation, a body of people associated with a particular territory that is sufficiently conscious of its unity to seek or possess a government peculiarly its own. Okay, the people back then, that body of people became Americans. They conceived America. They built a nation. Okay? That's what they did. Declaration of Independence, we get our rights from God, and among those rights, we can form governments. Okay? I believe that same truth applies now. I believe most Americans don't want to support a government that wages criminal wars around the world for profit, except for Republicans. Okay, I believe that most Americans would do what they could to help people in extreme need. Okay, whether it's health care or natural disasters, except for Republicans. I believe that most Americans just want to make an honest living and enjoy life. Even some Republicans. Okay? But if you insist on wearing labels or labeling others, realize it's for the purpose of separating the us's from the them's, okay? But everything is a part of the whole. Every truth is part of the whole truth. And so every lie is also a part of the whole truth. Primarily, okay, hold on a second here. Alright. Okay, so these labels. Segregating the us's from the them's, okay? Primarily modern U.S. social, political, economic labels. Okay, we become a segregated minority. Okay, like Democrats versus Republicans, liberals versus conservatives. Political and economic ideologies that divide the supposedly United States of America. How about evolutionists versus the creationists? Socialists versus capitalists. Communists versus fascists. Left wing versus the right wing. They're both a part of the mass population control structure of an industrialized, socialist, capitalist political state. That's what I say. Industrialized equals mass production. Okay? Socialist, capitalist. The left wing, right wing. Political state. Okay? The application of the Hegelian principle. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Okay, industrialized, mass production. Okay, socialist, capitalist, socialist, those who practice socialism. Okay, the segregation of society into minorities. Capitalist, those who practice capitalism. The wealthy families who become wealthy by profiting from other people's labor. Okay, political state. Okay, definition of political, exercising or seeking power in the government or political affairs of a state, municipality, etc. State, lots of definitions for state, but the combination of some together apply. But for this discussion, the body politic as organized for civil rule and government. Okay. Okay, so you see the main purpose of politics is to seek to exercise or gain power in the government. How do they do that? With the Hegelian principle. By pitting minorities against each other. Democrat versus Republicans, liberals versus conservatives. Poor people against rich people. Left wing versus the right wing. Good people versus bad people. Government versus privatization. Who wins? The people at the top. Okay? The whole thing with a nation is a modern nation. Okay, we're a modern nation. Okay, we're an industrialized, socialist, capitalist, political state. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. How can you have business without capital? How can you have businesses without people to work at them? You can't have commerce without money. So, I mean, you have to have something, some kind of wampum or whatever. Okay, but for the revolution, we're not going to, segregate minorities, pit against each other. We can segregate minorities to work together, such as, and we're all capitalists because we benefit off the labor of other peoples all the time. We go to the grocery store, other people produce that stuff for us to eat, and we share it. And that's commerce, money, exchange of property, or whatever, exchange of a service. Okay, so we all do that. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not good or bad. It simply is. It has to be there to support the society we live in now. No big deal. But what my point is, where they pit everybody against each other. Okay, it's a system of unequal wealth. It's a system of unequal privileges. It's a system of unequal rights. As far as a nation goes, the concept of the United States of America is a great concept, but they don't really practice it that way. It's not united. They aren't united. The people aren't united. We're constantly pitted against each other. I think America could be the greatest nation on earth. It could be, but not the way it's going. It's the one thing the left wing and right wing, you hear them all, yeah, America's the greatest country in the world. I'm not really sure why they say that. They don't really have to. They can just say this and everybody will just accept it. But what does make America the greatest nation on earth is the fact that we've bombed more countries than any other country in the world. We defeated Hitler in World War II. Probably got them. People are entertained by serial killers in this country. I mean, you can make $1 million for thinking of new ways to slaughter people. Maybe that's what makes America such a great place. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's a great place. I got a good life. I'm not trying to be too anal about it. It is what it is, and that's all that it is.